Hey everybody, it's Derek with the Ultimate Hang again. This time we're looking at the Dream Hammock ThunderBird. This is the flagship hammock of Dream Hammock. And yeah, it pretty much has everything that you could look for in a hammock. What distinguishes the ThunderBird from all the lineup of Dream Hammock is that it has the most modular features, the most customizable options. And it is actually one of the first, I think it is the first, if memory serves, the first hammock that came out that had a completely modular setup. And what do I mean by that is you can see that it has a cover, an over cover, integrated into the hammock. And there have been several hammocks come out now that have kind of mimicked what Randy had put together, which is you can remove this over cover and replace it with a bug net, or this one is actually completely removable. So and a few other notable hammocks that do the same thing. Some competitors would be the Warbonnet XLC, as well as Hammock. The NV2 does the same thing. Now the Hennessy has had an overcover for a while, but it's a little different. The overcover actually kind of snaps around the outside. It doesn't actually zip on and be integrated like this one. So real quick, I want to show some key features because I know a lot of you have probably already know about the Dream Hammock brand or have seen the ThunderBird. This is just a really nice hammock setup. One thing also that distinguishes the Dream Hammock series is Randy has put on some differential tie out points. So you can set it up as an ASIM like I have now. There's also another pull out here. And this is really mostly if you have taken off the zipper, because with the cover is actually cut and sewn as an ASIM, as you can see here. So this corner tie out is the one that makes the most sense. But there are also pull outs. This is another feature I really like. This is for underquilts. And what this does is it snaps the underquilt suspension line much closer to the hammock. It mimics what Arrowhead equipment has. They have what's called a triangle thingy that wraps around the outside of the hammock and can hold on an underquilt. A lot of people have been retrofitting hammocks with these, what they've called quilt hooks, that essentially just snap an underquilt a little closer to help seal it off on the other side. So that's a nice integrated feature with the ThunderBird and most of the other Dream Hammock brands. Nice double-sided stuff sack. Has a vent here at the top. Here's the other side of the hammock. These corner tie-outs are shock cord, provide some stress relief. And another thing that's really neat about the ThunderBird is that it has two independent zippers. And this is also unique from like the XLC or the NV. It makes it a lot easier to take on and off instead of it just being one big zipper. Because around the corners, one thing that I had trouble with the XLC as well as the NV is that zippers really don't work well on corners, and it's a challenge. One way that Hennessy has gotten around that is by rounding out some of the corners, and you can see this in Randy's design. I'll just unzip this. See how easy it zips around that edge right there? I love that. It's kind of rounded right here on the over cover, and the bug net is the same way. Makes it nice and easy. And then that zipper actually ends right up in here, and then there's another zipper on the other side. And what's nice about that, I'm going to get in this hammock and show you. Being inside the hammock, I can actually have access on my foot end. I'll zip this up. Oh, I love how easy that glides. I also have access to the zipper on my shoulder side over here. Pretty easy reach. So I can open this up and access on both sides, which is nice. I'm sure this video is giving you, like it is to me, a little bit of a headache. Here's a Ridgeline organizer. This is an optional feature for almost all the Dream hammocks, and this is kind of cool. You have side entry access, two pockets on either side, or pocket access, I should say. In the peak area, I'm going to try to spin around here. One thing that Randy has had on all of his hammocks is these peak bags. And here, I don't know if you can see it. So there's actually a mini stuff sack here. So I can, when I unzip the overcover, I can actually put it in here and kind of stow it out of the way. And here's the bug net. This bug net is in its own little stuff sack too. And I can detach that. There's actually a mitten hook. I don't know if you can see that up there. There it is. That mitten hook. So I can actually, if I don't need the bug net at all, if I'm on a trip, I can unclip that. There's a little shot cord at the end on both sides actually. So I can have the bug net clipped onto one end and maybe the overcover clipped on this end, or remove them both together. So I can unclip this mitten hook and stow or remove the bug net and not pack it at all if I don't need it. So this is very much in line with all these modular hammocks that are coming out in the market. Kind of a new series of hammocks that a lot of people are enjoying. Here's another kind of really cool feature that Randy put in this demo model that I've got. It's another type of organizer that's actually sewn right in here on the seam of the hammock. So it gives me 3 pockets. So reach up pretty nice and easy for little gear items, flashlights, chapstick, whatever. But there it is. It's a really nice, comfortable hammock. I believe this one is 10 feet long, might be 11. I have to check the specs. And it's featuring this nice diamond ripstop fabric, which has been coming out again in popularity. Well, there it is. Again, the ThunderBird from Dream Hammock, very comfortable. And I have to say, Randy has probably the most customizable ordering options that I've seen from any cottage vendor. I mean, most cottage vendors offer a little bit of customization, but Randy, I mean, there is no such thing as a stock model. Everything from the fabric, the accessories, the suspension systems, everything is customizable and can be added on or taken away. But in my testing, one thing I've loved, and this is true of all of the modular hammocks, I love the idea that we can go on a trip and basically have a complete hammock setup. I've got a winter version here. We're just finishing winter right now so that I can take this off, and with one hammock I've got basically a 4-season hammock in one with the ThunderBird from Dream Hammock. Go check it out. ThunderBird Dream Hammock. I think it's dream-hammock.com. I'd like to thank Randy for sending this out to me to test. I really appreciate it. And again, subscribe to the feed if you like what you see, and let other people know about theultimatehang.com. We'll see you later.